Okay, sir. A very pleasant evening, everyone present in the session here. A hearty welcome each and everyone for the 3-month training program on family counseling, and today is our second session. So today I welcome the chairman of the 3-month training program, Professor and patron of WCOP, Professor V. Vedavit Ganeshan sir, Chief Patrons P.V. Ramurthy garu, Professor Girisham Iswa garu, Professor Narayan Singh garu, and also welcome Professor B. Govinda Reddy garu, President for WCOP, Professor V. Suresh, Treasurer WCOP, Professor K. Subhashini garu, General Secretary WCOP, and Professor K. Ashok garu, Coordinator of the program and patron of committee member of the WCOP. And I also welcome today's chairperson, Professor A.R. Krishnamurthy garu from Kivempu University. And guest of honor, Professor A. Sudhakar Reddy garu, and resource person, Professor T.D. Vimala garu. And also welcome WCOP executive members and committee members and beloved participants. A hearty welcome once again. So as a coordinator for this training program, I would like to invite all the VIPs present here. So now I request Professor B.G. Reddy garu to initiate the program. Before he takes up the task, I would like to introduce him, as there are few new members who has joined here. So Professor B.G. Reddy garu completed his PG and PhD from the Department of Psychology in Sri Venkateswara University, Andhra Pradesh. He joined as lecturer in 1985, promoted as reader and professor of psychology in the same university, held the position of director twice in the university, and has also served in the same university for 30 years, taught BEd, MEd, MSc psychology students, and guided 17 PhD and 18 MPhil students. He is the writer of 14 psychology textbooks to Telugu Academy, Hyderabad. He is also founder and general secretary for Indian Academy of Psychologists, IACP, founder president of Inspire Professional Psychology Society of India, founder president of Superannuated Psychology Society of India. He is also founder president of honorary president of Unemployed Psychology Society of India, and also founder president of World Congress Psychologists. On the above, he has four psychology associations, held many workshops. National and international conferences were also organized. In 2020 alone, conducted 35 national webinars, were organized, personally organized 55 physical awareness programs in colleges and various universities. As a psychologist and lawyer, he extended counseling services to more than 1,800 families who are successfully leading here now. So very happy to have you here, sir. So I would like to invite Professor B.G. Reddy garu to initiate the program.
Yeah. Good. Once again, good evening, everybody. Thanks for nice introduction, Rama Devi. First of all, I wholeheartedly welcome the chief patrons, Professor P.V. Ramamurthy, my teacher, Professor Girishwar Mishraji, then patrons, Professor Vedagari Ganeshan, who is the chairman of this training program. He is a renowned trainer. Then I also welcome Professor Narayan Singh from UP, is also another patron. Then Professor Subhashini, General Secretary of World Congress of Psychologists. Then Professor Suresh, Treasurer of World Congress of Psychologists. 4 committee members. Here, Professor Krishnamurthy, sir, one of the core committee members. Professor Sudhakar Reddy, who is the guest of honor, is also one of the core committee members. And today's speaker, Professor T.D. Vimala, is also one of the core committee members. Then other core committee members and executive committee members of World Congress of Psychologists and beloved participants. I welcome you to this second session of this family counseling program. Earlier program, so sorry to say, because due to unavoidable circumstances, we have just postponed it, and today we are conducting, we are all joining together in order to have this second session. And I already told you here, I think 27 to 28 participants have paid the amount, but to my knowledge here only 23 participants are there. I am not able to understand why some of the people have not joined. I think they may not be knowing the seriousness of this program. See here, 75% of the attendance is quite required for the total program. And for next session, our core committee member as well as treasurer, Professor V. Suresh, is going to give the total schedule of this total 3 months training program. My name is Professor B.G. Reddy only, and some people are calling Professor Govindra Reddy, and some people are calling B.G. Reddy. Please call my name as Professor B.G. Reddy. It is simple to call you. Call me. Right? Then when you are in person, just you can call me in any other name. But for the say I am Professor B.J. Reddy, but for your convenience, I have shortened my name as Professor B.J. Reddy. Right. Okay, fine. Then once again, we are welcoming you to this second session. I think for coming session, I think the other people who have paid the money, they may also join. And see, this program, another 3 to 4 sessions theory only, and later, soon after 3 sessions are over, including practical sessions will also be simultaneously conducted. And for that, you will also be given a scheduled record sheets. And those scheduled record sheets, whatever the problems we have discussed in the session, each participant you are supposed to write down very briefly about that case, the introduction, title of the case, and stepwise solution, then ultimately conclusion of that problem. So like this, say in a session, 4 problems are being discussed by the trainer. On those problems, 4 problems, the participants are supposed to write down in the case sheets which we have given, and you have to submit on the same day or the next day. Right? Like this, 25 sessions are going to be conducted for this announced 3 months training program on family counseling. I once again welcoming you all to this second session. Now I am leaving the mic to. I'm leaving the mic to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. So now I introduce and request R. Krishnamurthy Garu. So before he addresses the group, I would like to introduce him. He served as Professor of Chairman, Department of Clinical Psychology, Kuvempu University. Served as Clinical Psychology Consultant and Psychotherapist in Manasa Nursing Home, Shivamogga. He also guided 20 MPhil students and 5 PhD students. Has more than 40 years of experience in teaching and more than 25 years of practice in psychological treatment. He also served as BOS member and Chairman Board of Examination in Bangalore University, Tumkur University, and Kuvempu University, and he has been awarded as Best Resource Person Award given by Manasa Educational Foundation, Mysore. He also received APJ Abdul Kalam prestigious award, APJ Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement Award for his contribution as teacher and researcher. I heartily welcome you, sir. So I request you to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here in this training program. Professor Reddy has initiated this program so that there will be a bridge between the needy and the trained people. Today, in today's condition, we see a lot of disharmony in the families. the family system that used to enjoy a lot of respect and all those things, it has come down. There is a lot of conflict, abuses, and disturbances. So in this direction, we have to have trained people, and those trained people will help people to attain the satisfactory adjustment. So this maladjustment is because of the lack of awareness, insight, and selfishness. So in this regard, I heartily congratulate all the office bearers who have made this possible. And I hand over, today, I think Professor Vimla is going to speak on the sense of family counseling. So with these few words, I am going to hand over my mic to their organizer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind gesture. Now I request our guest of honor, Professor A. Sudhakar Reddy garu, who has been the resource person last week. He is a neurosurgeon and is a professor working as a chief medical officer in Sri Venkateshwara Health Center. So now I request Professor A. Sudhakar Reddy garu to convey a few words to the group.
Thank you, madam. Actually, this family counseling is very, very important nowadays, because we are seeing a lot of divorces after the marriage, and also, the domestic violence, and old people going to the old age homes, and the happy families are not seen nowadays. So there is a dire need to counsel them to lead an orderly, with all the meaning in life, with the knowledge. So we have got a great scope to give family counseling and settle their lives. So I'm very happy T.D. Vimla is going to speak on that. So a few words I take leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time for to call upon our resource person, Professor T.D. Vimla garu. So she is retired as a principal, Government PG and Degree College, Kottagudem. To her credit, she has completed 30 years of teaching experience, organized UGC national workshops and seminars, presented papers in national and international seminars, presently acting as resource person to APHRD and Navodaya Training Institute, and also to many other colleges as well. Presently working as assistant coordinator, Department of Psychology, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur. She was also an author. She has authored 8 Telugu academic books and also 3 general books. So we are very happy to have you here, madam. So I request you to continue with your message.
Excuse me, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Audible.
Yes.
Audible.
So good evening to everybody, and respected Professor B.G. Reddy garu, and Professor Sudhakar Reddy garu, and Professor Krishnamurthy garu, and other participants, and the other core committee members. Really, I feel it as a privilege to interact with you and share some of my ideas on the family therapy. And because of the constraint of time, let us go directly into the topic. In the last session, our patrons, Professor Girishwar Mishra, Professor Ganeshan sir, and the speaker of the last session, Professor Sudhakar Reddy garu, all of them has given a clear idea of what Indian family system is, what is the culture which is existing in India, and what are the relations, what is the system, what is the advantage, roles and responsibilities of family, and the joint family system. All these things were the family history, and how family system in India evolved, and how it is existing as a glorious system, family system, which is being appreciated by the entire world. So that is being given by in the last session. So really, it has given lot of information about what our family system is. Now, I'm coming to the point. What is the present social scenario regarding the family system existing? One important thing is, because of globalization, migration is taking place, and many of the people, they used to migrate to so many other places, and the result is the emergence of nuclear family system. This is the existing scenario. Because of the globalization, migration, and the result is the nuclear family system is existing. This is one important thing. You have to keep it in mind. The second important thing is, because of the women education, women entering into the organized sector of employment, and what I can say, women reservations and all these things brought lot of changes in the family structure, family pattern, family roles and responsibilities, and there is a complete system. I can say that a lot of changes occurred in the family system, and the fluidity of roles and responsibilities occur, which is all of us are feeling. There is no masculine roles or feminine roles, both merged, and because of this fluidity of roles, there are a lot of confusion, many conflicts are coming up, and because of education and all the things, there are power conflicts are also being observed in the families at present times. This is one of the important thing. In spite of all these changes which are occurring in the society, still the patriarchal stereotyped ideas are still existing in the families. This is another reason for getting so many conflicts in the families. Patriarchal system, which is the stereotyped idea of patriarchal system. I don't say it is patriarchal. The stereotyped idea of patriarchal system are still existing, which is creating some more conflicts and some more problems in the families. So, which is disturbing the harmonious existence of the families. So, the another important thing is the recent 2022 NCBR report says that, so it has given a report on suicides in 2021. It said the second highest reason for suicide is being identified as family problems. Family problem. That is the second highest reason for suicides also. So by all this, we can understand the severity and seriousness of the problems existing in the family and need for family counseling and family therapy. This is very important. There is a great need of family therapy and family counseling in the society, but still, you know that in Telugu, what we say that samsaram guttu means we are not supposed to say anything about the family with any other person. This is our stereotyped idea, one of the ideas which we are having traditionally. So this, because of this, the stigma still existing in the families, because of this coming for counseling is also, for family counseling is also, I can say, very less. Even individual counseling, now the number is existing, but because of the existing stigma regarding family, the family counseling stigma, because of that, the people coming for family counseling therapy sessions is very meager, I can say that. How to overcome this? How to overcome this stigma? This is the very important thing. We have to overcome the stigma among the people. I will just, because this is not my area, I will just suggest two things to overcome the stigma regarding family counseling. Let us start to preventive issues, preventing family problems. One important thing is you can have premarital counseling, but not only for educated people, even it is more needed for low economic strata where the culture is very, very strong and the family problems are more. So you have to give premarital counseling is one solution. And the second, what I feel is gender sensitization. Gender sensitization and premarital counseling may to some extent reduce the problems of family, and they can make strong families. We can make strong families also. This making strong families is the need of the hour. So with this introduction, let us go to the topic which was assigned to me is on family therapy. Family therapy or family counseling, whatever you say, family therapy. So the concepts of family therapy. So these are the two things where we can prevent. We can prevent. For this, we can think about that later. I'm not giving any details about premarital counseling sessions, or in some of the countries, they made it as mandatory premarital counseling. And also gender sensitization, which is even in all our universities, in central universities, they are making it as a paper to aware the people regarding the, so gender is to reduce the conflicts in the family. Gender sensitization definitely helps. We are even UGC has taken the as one of the aspects is gender sensitization to aware the people regarding gender. So this is the background of this. Let us come to the about the family counseling. So these are the two terms we use interchangeably: family therapy and family counseling. So before going to that, let me say whether it is a family therapy or family counseling, the therapist has to address 2 or more persons at a time. Then only it is called as family counseling. 2 people at a time means at the same session. In the same session, 2 people. If it is 1, it will become an individual counseling. 2 or more than 2 should be there in counseling. A therapist has to counsel 2 or more than 2. Sometimes the couple therapy also comes because there are 2. And sometimes the children, extended family members, all this will come under family therapy. So the main point in family therapy is you have to counsel 2 or more than 2. This is the first important thing about family therapy. Second important therapy is in family counseling, you have to take family as a unit, not the individual. Family as a unit, as one unit, and all the counseling or therapy to be addressed to enhance or enrich the family conditions, family relations, family pattern, and family is the basic unit, not the individual. We are not thinking about adjustment of the individual. We are thinking the goal of family therapy is to enhance the family relations, to enhance the family system and the family pattern and the relationship and interactions, and to enrich the family. This is the goal of family therapy. So our unit is the family, not the individual. So you have to remember it, keep it in your mind. In family counseling, family is the unit. And the third thing is our goal is well-being of the family, enrichment of the family, and that is the main goal of family counseling or family therapy, not the individual. It is the family as a unit. You have to counsel or do therapy. And the next important thing is we have to overcome 3 important things in the family therapy while doing family therapy. I will tell you what exactly family therapy and the counseling, what is the difference. Counseling is when the family problems are in lower level is very low, and only to enrich the family we are doing counseling, then it is called as family counseling. The level of the disturbance is very low in level is low. If the problems are more and the conflicts are more, and then we go for therapy. Conflicts related to relationships or relating to conflicts relating to relationships, interactions, then we go for family therapy. Therapy is higher level and counseling is lower level for problems. So these are the 2 things. What is family counseling and what is family therapy? family counseling tries to enrich the family, whereas family therapy solves the problems of the, try to solve the problem of the family and make the good interpersonal relationship and react and interactions in the family and helps to grow the family, to develop the family. This is important. So these are the three important things you have to remember. 2 or more persons to be counseled in family counseling. And our goal, our unit is the family, not the individual. And the third thing is this is the goal is to well-being of the family. Well-being of the family. This is the main important thing in the family. Here, before going to, and just simply giving the basic things about family counseling. Then, what is the preparation of the therapist before conducting family counseling? The therapist has to prepare himself before going to the family. That is most important thing, because he has to conduct 1 or 2 sessions more interactions with the family members before conducting the family therapy. So to acquaint himself with the family members, this is most important thing. This preparation, sometimes it needs 2 or more sessions to interact with the family members. The very important thing is they have to accept the counselor. Here, the most important precautionary aspect is you should not communicate, you should not take any sides, you should not appear to the other members that the therapist is towards somebody in the family. It should not, nobody should feel in the family that the therapist is working towards somebody in the family. It is one-sided. They should not feel that. So he should be objective, and every individual in the family whom you are counseling should feel that this person is here for the enhancement of the family, for everybody. They have to feel that he is for everybody. So he should be very, very cautious about that. Very cautious about that while preparing himself with the making interactions in the family members. This is the first important thing. So he should not take any sides. He should not appear as though he is taking sides for the other family members. So they will lose confidence. So he has to develop the confidence among the family members. This is important. This is one preparation. The second very, very important preparation for the family therapy is preparing a genogram. This must and should for any family therapy. So most of you might be knowing about what genogram is. I will tell you, because explaining and writing genogram itself takes 1 hour. I will just give you what genogram is and how it is being useful in family therapy or counseling. Genogram is, it is a graph, what I can say, it is a representation, a figurative representation of the relationships, interactions and patterns and power of the family members. So here in the genogram, there is a very systematic and clear process of writing a genogram, where there are different symbols for male, for female, there are another symbol we use for female, another for children who use another symbol. If he is a widow, you use some other symbol. There are so many types of symbols, and also in each symbol, and the relations are being given by straight lines or dotted lines, which tells that how the relations between these two members are. Suppose if you are writing a dotted line between a male and female, then you say that the relations are not proper. If you write a straight line, then it tells that the relations are good. So after conducting the interview, you have to prepare a genogram of the entire family. By just looking at the genogram and understanding the genogram, you can understand the relationships existing in the family and where the power is centered in the family. Who is the head of the family, what we say in a common term. What are the power relationships? What is the role relationships you can understand? What are the other people in the family also will have an impact on the this interactions. So all this you can understand only by writing the genogram. I think writing genogram itself is the basic need of family counseling. Unless you write a genogram, you can't understand the family at all. So I think you are having one session on writing the genogram. That's why I'm not going into details. It itself, by taking an example, or you can go through somewhere how to write a genogram. So if you look at the genogram, you can understand the relationship, interactions, and the pattern of the family existing at that time. At that time, what are the relations and all the things. So this is about the genogram. And second, first thing is making interaction, making more interactions with the family members. Second thing is preparing a genogram. And the third important thing is, important precaution is never criticize or judge any of the family members. Never criticize. The therapist should never criticize, never judge. He should just try to understand the person. That's all. Understand what is the position in the family. That's all. That is the only thing he has to do. He should never criticize why you are doing like this, or never judge. Never keep any biases in your mind. You should be objective. This is another important thing. So after doing all this preparation, you are ready to conduct therapeutic sessions. I think you are ready. The preparation stage is very important. But in the preparation stage itself, you understand, because you conducted interviews with the family members. Second, you have written the genogram so that you can understand the relations existing, interactions, who is strong and who is weak, and what is the pattern of the family, where the power centers, all these things you will understand by writing the genogram. Then you start the therapy. I'm not going to give all the therapies which are there in family therapies. I'm giving, basically I'm dividing them into two types of therapies, what we do. One is present, we are orienting the present situation and doing the therapeutic thing, present orientation and past orientation. These are the two areas. One is present orientation and past orientation therapies. In the present orientation, past orientation therapies, you can understand, all of you know about psychoanalytical theory. Everybody knows about psychoanalytical theory. I need not say anything about the psychoanalytical theory, where the unconscious mind is given lot of priority. And in psychoanalysis, what they say is, your unconscious mind is mainly responsible for your present problems. If you bring the things, you bring whatever is there in the unconscious to the conscious level by doing certain tests were given by psychoanalysts, then you address them, then you are able to solve those problems. So this is, I am telling it in a nutshell. This is psychoanalysis. Your unconscious is responsible to bring the unconscious thoughts and unconscious experiences to the conscious. They use different techniques, projective techniques, pre-association, what is that, PAT tests, Rorschach-Thinking, many projective tests, situational tests, like all this they use it to bring the unconscious to the conscious. So that's why they have. So that's because of that, this is one therapy. Here in the family therapy, what you have to do is, one of the situation which happened earlier in the family is responsible. So hence what we are thinking is, in our interaction, we will try to find out the traumatic situation, event which occurred in the family recently or earlier. And because of this event, the family relationships are disturbed. Because of this, the family relationships are disturbed. Hence, here we are going to and all this event is repressed because somebody has died in the family. It has a lot of impact on that. They don't say that, but this has a different impact on different people. And because of that, the family structure and interaction disturbed. So this is If you understand this, if you bring them the insight to the people, then we can solve the problem. So we can solve the problem rubbing and integrating them and doing psychotherapy. Yes. So this is one therapy what we use in the psychoanalytical. I'm not giving the detail. I'm giving only outlines of this. The second therapy which we use the past experience is narrative therapy. Narrative therapy. In the narrative therapy, what we are doing is we will ask the person, the individual, regarding narrate the story of the right? Sir, anything? Yeah, I will finish. I will finish in 5 minutes. So regarding the narrative therapy, what you do is you will bring about your this here the experiences are rooted in life events, and it is established in the form of a story. The individual in the family are asked to give a story, narrate the event which occurred in the family in a story form, so that by analyzing the story, you can find out this thing. This is about the unconscious
Now
thing.
imagine a
Coming
big
to the
movie screen
present
right in
thing,
front of you.
family, FCBT, family CBT is one of the important things which is used for taking the present activities. In this CBT, all of you might be knowing cognitive therapy, integration of cognitive therapy, behavior therapy, and family therapy. In the cognitive therapy, you all of you might be knowing about that. Your thoughts are being, because your thought is responsible for all this. So you have to bring about a change in your thought process, so that if you bring about change in the thought, which creates changes in moods and feelings. So this is one thing. And second, reorient you their perceptions. These two related to cognitive therapy. And coming to the behavioristic therapy, you have to give social skill training. Communication is main important thing in the family. So you have to give communication training, and also the social skill, interpersonal skills. Third thing is assertiveness. These three are important, and if you can do these three things, we will bring about changes in the family. So these are the main things, family therapy, which I am giving an outline of this family therapy. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Anything, any questions or any other thing I will answer. So I have not given everything. I have given just gist of the therapies. I didn't even go in detail about the therapies also. I'm just giving the outlines, not even outlines. I can say there are still number of therapies in past event therapies, and there are also number of therapies in present things also. I'm not giving, but I have given you the basic concepts of family therapy, how you have to conduct this. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wonderful session. So I'll just want to give a glimpse of what she has told. I mean, I would like to summarize what she has covered the point. Those who missed it might note it. So she has talked about the social scenario of the existing family system, because that happened due to the migration of due to globalization, and all the joint families have become nuclear family system. So women has started working into organized in various organizations, and that has brought many changes in the family system. So there are power struggles, individuality issues, and also idea of patriarchal stereotypes, and which is disturbing the harmony of the family. According to the report by NCBR, so the second highest reason for suicide is the family situations. So which indicates that there is a dire need for family counseling. So, and there is also a social stigma that going to the family counseling or going to approaching someone is like breaking the family system, or bringing the family to the road. Just like what she said, that samsara guttu. So that means they want to hide, they want to keep it to themselves instead of solving them, which is causing more more problems in them. So to overcome this stigma, she has pointed out that premarital counseling, irrespective of the socioeconomic stage or education or anything, and also gender sensitization, which helps in overcoming the stigma for approaching the family counseling. So what the family therapist has, what happens in this? So in the family therapy, it is covered by it is considered family as a unit to enrich family conditions, relation systems, power patterns, and interactions, and it involves two people or more than two people. So if it is one person, it is then it doesn't become a family counseling. So it is the goal of the therapy is the well-being of the family, and which says that family is considered as a one single unit, and it is helpful in resolving the conflicts related to the relationships, interactions. So counseling is given at the initial stage, and when it is not resolved by the counseling, then we can go for a therapy, which enhances to grow the family by developing the interpersonal relationships. So what the therapist has to do before he goes into the therapy. So the preparation is he has to prepare self by acquainting with the family members and having interactions, and should not judge and should not take one side or speak for a particular party of the group. So he has to be very cautious, and he has to prepare a genogram, which he has explained it, how to make it, and we have to never criticize or judge anyone. So she also covered the therapy about the present orientation and the past orientation therapy. In the past orientation therapy, it is related to the psychoanalysis. So whatever the incident that happened in the past, so those unconscious events, I mean, like it might have happened a few years ago, but still people remember it, or that will be there in the unconscious level. And every time when they have a argument or anything, that might come into the mind. So that has to be given priority, because in the subconscious, when they are repressed, it comes out in a negative form after a certain period of time. So in the present orientation program, so the recent events might have created some disturbances in the family, could be death of a family or divorce or anything. So the therapist has to bring insight to the problem. So the other therapy is narrative therapy. The name itself shows that narration is nothing but explaining the problem in the story form. By doing so, the client or the family will understand what they did the mistake. So the person might describe their issue as a story, not as their problem. So there are other therapies like integrated CBT, which is well known for changing the thought process, changes like social skill training, communication, and assertiveness. And there are many other as well, according to her. So we can probably we will have another session for that. Thank you, ma'am. Did I miss any point?
No, really appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm happy to say that you have summarized so nicely and effectively.
Very
See,
nice.
my point is,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, my point is, Dr. Vimala. See here, as far as family counseling is concerned, there are so many problems. Problems such as domestic violence, then dowry demand, then suicidal tendencies, then OCD, then property disputes, then marital maladjustment, and mild adjustment and severe maladjustment also, like depression, slight depression, then anxiety, then stress, then like this, so many problems are nowadays. Recent phenomena is impotency. That is a family problem mainly nowadays. The recent just youth, they are facing the same problem. And you know pretty well that now the software professionals now, they're more prone to have this family counseling sessions. And they are the people within 3 months. They're just loving each other, marrying each other, and in no time they are coming and reporting against either the husband or the wife, the police station. They want a divorce. So this is the recent scenario. So As a psychologist, what is your intuition in the coming days? My question.
Yes, yes. So, what I feel is, is it audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. So, what I feel is that in the software, you are telling about the software area where they are having the work pressure is more and the role diffusion, that means role responsibilities. Most of the time, the diversity is taking place in taking the roles. Who has to do this? Who has to do this? Both of them are coming at 12 o'clock. Who has to work? Who has, this is one thing. Second thing is power struggles. Power, both of them are equally educated and having equal income, almost equal or more. And this is, that's why I am telling is this gender sensitization and preparation for the family. These two are very important for that, for all the college students. They don't know because they don't have an opportunity even to see a family. They are fully busy with their academics throughout their adolescent age. And even parents are busy with their work. They don't have an opportunity to look into the relationship or observe a family. So that's why the most of the things are happening. That maybe, I think that may be the reason. One, gender sensitization among all is very much needed in the present scenario. This is very, very important. So we are in colleges, we are making this gender sensitization program in the adolescent age, and we are making gender coaches tell some of them about the gender sensitization. This is important. So by that, the patriarchal ego will, I don't say ego, patriarchal families stigma will reduce. I don't say it a ego. A stigma will reduce. And other thing is they know the importance of family through premarital counseling. So that they don't know about the importance and stability and its impact on life. So I think that's maybe the reason I feel by giving these two, they can be much aware about the family system, the strength of the family. What is the impact of strong families in life? That they should understand. Okay? Okay, sir?
Thank you, madam. Professor Sudhakar Reddy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you just
Thank you.
Yeah, today.
Thank you, sir. I thank you very much. Today, Yamuna madam, you have beautifully narrated all the process of family counseling. In our medical profession, we always see prevention is better than cure. In the same way, can you throw some light on prevention of these family problems instead of treating them afterwards? So can you throw some light on this, madam? Yeah.
So the prevention methods only I am telling this premarital counseling. They should know the importance of family. They should know how the relationships exist between partners. They should know about the future of the children. They should know what is the impact of their divorce or other things on children. All these things before marriage only they should understand, so that they will take another thought while they are going for divorce. They will think twice or thrice, and they feel which is important. They should have premarital counseling is one thing, and gender sensitization. I feel these two are very important. Gender fluidity is taking place. As we know in psychology, what we say, androgynous roles. Androgynous roles you have to perform for our success. Means you have to do both male and female roles. Male has to do both masculine and female roles. Female has to do both masculine and female roles. That is called androgynous roles. So this type of personality is needed. For that, gender sensitization is the only way to inculcate that idea among the youth. And premarital counseling is also one of the important issues. So a very well, I think, designed premarital counseling to our cultural needs will definitely help the not only the middle and higher classes, but the lower classes where low economic strata, where the powers, where the what I can say, the cultural norms are very much followed, and patriarchy is very much followed, and the family problems are more Indo-economic strata. What I feel. So this gender sensitization is more needed for them. This is the preventive measures what we can do. Because of the stigma, they are not coming for counseling.
Sir, ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what do you think is the role of parents for the people who are role of parents for the bride or the groom who are going to get married?
What is the
Role of
again?
parents. Role of parents for those couple who are going to get married.
Prior to the marriage?
Yeah. I mean, like most of the cases where I have seen is the girl's mother is very reluctant to send her daughter for the family, send into her family. So what do you mean? What does parents have to teach their children, even it is for the boy or the male or a female? So what does parents have to teach those to be couple at their homes?
Yes.
Because most of the cases I have seen that the family is not supporting it.
Yes, yes, that is true. That is true. What your observation is 100% right. But the present scenario, both the parents are going to the work, majority of the cases, and the adolescent child of the present generation is the relationship with the adolescent child with the parents is not very comfortable in many of the families. I don't say everybody. And if it is from that, already because of the earlier experiences, they will take one of the sides, either father or mother. They find one of them as wrong or something. Usually it is natural to have disputes and all this in the family. So that's why because they are educated in the what you say, educated, and they are having the thinking capacity, if they are giving objective way of premarital counseling, objective. This is not through observation. It is objective way of premarital counseling. That will help. And if the parent support is well and good, that it is the best way. Parent support alone is not sufficient. It should be added with the existing objective way support, I feel. This is good, well and good, as you said, parents. Usually parents take one side.
Yes.
Girls' parents take girls' side and boys' parents take boys' side.
Because recently I have seen a case. I work in Vasavi Nursing Home, ma'am, with Dr. Samaram Garu.
Yes.
So recently I have seen a case. The boy and girl, they don't have much differences. Like it is only a minor, trivial thing. Like they don't have, it is a problem only of communication between them and expression of their feelings. But it has become a family issue for both sides.
Yeah.
And girl side 5 members came and boy side 5 members came. It has become a prestigious issue for their own whole village.
Right. Here, the family counseling is needed. Here,
yes, ma'am. I spent 3 hours, but still they were not getting convinced.
No, 3 hours. No, I told you the process.
No, because I spoke to the girls separately and the boys separately.
Yeah.
But when I was saying that the parents, you should not, this is the case, so let them be happy and together. The mother of the girl was not ready. So they were like having a quarrel in front of us.
Madam, what is the problem?
Sir?
What is the problem you have dealt with boy and girl?
The problem is a girl expects a little expression of love from the boy. Which he doesn't know how to do it because he has some like health issues and he has been brought up very reservedly. So he doesn't know how to communicate how to express the love for him, and he is ready to change himself, but the girl is not.
No, you can teach them the communicating training. The boy has to be given. And problem is between these.
Both girl and boy were ready to take counseling, but the parents were not willing to send for counseling.
Parents were not willing.
Yep. That has become the issue there.
I have a small solution for that. If you ask the boy and girl live together for 6 months away from their parents, they will be all right.
Yes, sir. That is what I suggested, but parent was not ready to send him also.
You
So
have to
for
counsel them.
everything, they have a question for them. I don't I'm boy's father says I have a heart problem. I don't want to send the child out. And the
Okay.
girl's mother says the mother is the leading role here. So mother says
Yeah.
I won't send her.
Okay.
I want to break the relation.
Really,
Oh my God.
with the
And
withholded
they are
hands,
married only for
Takes
6
more
months.
sessions. One session is not sufficient. You need
No,
more
no.
sessions.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
More
They need
sessions
it,
you
but they
need.
are not willing to come. That is the problem, ma'am. If they are willing
That
to
is the
come,
stigma. That is what I am telling. Family,
Yeah.
they are not coming for counseling.
yeah. So that is where most relations are breaking at the middle of their this one, sir. Before they, I mean, like the Telugu says that before they get attached, it is breaking. అతుక్కునే లోపు ఊడిపోతుందంటారు చూసారా. So when boy and girl are ready, the parents are not willing. So
Okay,
that's what I
okay.
asked, what the parents have to do it. So I counsel more parents than the child.
Yeah, parents should also be given counseling.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
I told you all the family members.
Yeah.
That includes parents also.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
so quite interesting topic. I think so many.
Family itself is interesting, sir.
Yeah. That's why just we have gone for just a 3 month certificate course on family counseling because it is interesting and n number of problems are being faced by the family members now. Almost now there was a shift from joint family system to nuclear family system, and even then, nuclear family system they are quarreling each other, and both of them are working, and in turn they are just going to the police station, they are giving submitting application, their complaint, and in turn the police department again sending the just a couple to the psychologist. So that's why now what I say, the very objective of our this 3 month certificate course on family counseling is a dire need, because nowadays on qualification is okay, but there is no systematic scientific just solutions for the problems which are being faced by the family members. So through this 3 month certificate course, definitely we are going to cover, say more or less 25 to 25 or more than that problems we are going to cover, and we are going to give you a systematic, a scientific solution for those problems. And these problems are being just the participants are supposed to write it down in the form of a record, just one page, just a matter of 10 minutes per problem. Say 4 problems, 40 minutes are quite sufficient, and there totally all the 25 to 30 problems, say depression. And here depression, we are going to chalk out 4 types of depression problems as far as families are concerned. And say another what is that going for this dowry demand. And see there are 3 to 4 types, more number, 4 or 5 types of people who are involved as far as this dowry demand is concerned. Like this 4 problems we are going to check it out, and we are going to give a scientific solution, and finally giving the conclusion. And the same thing just we will be discussing and interacting and coming to a final solution. So I hope, and I just through by end of this 3 month certificate course on family counseling, definitely we will, being psychologists, definitely we will become a best psychologist as far as family counseling is concerned. Right? I hope and pray God also to shower his own blessings on all of us to have a blessed sessions for this coming days also. Thank you. Just to say a few words out of thanks.
Sure, sir. So finally, we had a very interesting session today. So I would like to thank all the people present here, the chairperson Krishnamurti Garu, Sudhakar Reddy Garu, and TD Vimla Garu. So I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart, and I would like to thank all the participants who are taken out their time from their busy schedule. So on behalf of WCOP, I wish you all the best in your journey as a family counselor. So I would like to thank each and everyone and continue the same spirit and motto in training yourself and training others. Thank you one and all. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you.
Right, everybody.
Right.